is causing these flames. The will in our minds will keep them forever. Just believe in the fire between us.
We've had this conversation, and you seem to agree with me. But when there's complications, you withdraw and leave me to be. When there's a problem, you become like a wall. And every time I trip, it's a free fall. Why don't you help me the way I help you? You don't have to save me, just be my parachute. When I'm feeling down, you're just not there, making sure I'm okay. Why don't you help me the way I help you? It's a free fall. Why don't you help me the way I help you? You don't have to save me, just be my parachute. When I'm feeling down, you're just not there, making sure I'm okay. Why don't you help me the way I help you? Help me the way I help you. Oh yeah, the way I help you. Why don't you help me the way I help you? Don't have to save me, just be my parachute, yeah. Just be my parachute. Oh, why don't you help me? I've got sunshine, I've got you now. When body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. I know love now, and you're stuck in my mind. When body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. My friends don't like that I'm with somebody, that I'm with somebody. Oh no, oh no. I just want to stay in this melody, stay in this melody. Oh. got sunshine, I've got you now. My body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. I know love now, and you're stuck in my mind. My body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. My friends don't like that I'm with somebody, that I'm with somebody, oh no, oh no. I just want to stay in this melody, stay in this melody, oh, oh.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Tuesday Night Studio Sessions. My name is Sean. I'll be your host. I'm coming to you from the back seat of my new car, and I am also coming to you on the Insta360 Link 2. So we can turn tracking on, and I can move over here, and it'll track me over here and move over here. It'll track me over here. Zoom out, automatically zooming out. Now it's zooming back in. What's up? So I'm going to turn tracking off because it sometimes I got everything set up the way I want it. So I'm going to go back there. But let me know if you guys can hear me. You guys are all the way on the visor in the front seat. I'm in the middle seat. And the new car that I have is a 2022 Ford Explorer. Y'all have kind of watched me on my journey. This all of this started when I went to Florida for the South Florida drone meetup, and I wanted to camp in my car. And I had Nissan Rogue the second year that I did it. And I was able to camp in my Nissan Rogue, but it was a little tight. And so my wife, she was due for a new car, and she came up to me and she was like, I really want a car just like you got. So she loved the Nissan Rogue. It was a perfect size for her, all that kind of stuff. And so we got to talking, and I was like, well, I'm almost happy with it, but there's a couple things that I wish I'd have done differently. Why don't I just get me a new car and then give you the Nissan Rogue? And she was so happy with that idea. So I started looking at new cars, and so I want to apologize for not being here last week. But I was literally signing for this car when all of that happened. So yeah, with all that said, we're now in a Ford Explorer. I'll show it to you guys a little bit. So this is kind of the back seat. I've got captain's chairs. So I got a chair over here and I got a captain's chair over here. So there's no more like 40-60 splits. I have to have my bed on one side. I can put my bed on either side that I want. And then back here, I can't really show it to you. I'll give you guys the tour in an upcoming blog video, but it's got a third row seat that I will never use ever. But what's nice about it is the third row seat folds down into the floor, and gives me a large storage area back there. So I'm going to build out some shelves possibly, or I might just build out one side of my vehicle and then leave the other side kind of bare so that I can put a bed in. Another thing that's really cool, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me zoom in over here. So right here is my scooter. So I have an electric scooter that kind of goes in between the chairs, that is all the way to the back of the tailgate. So, well, not tailgate. So, and I've got a chair behind me. Like, I've got Pelican cases behind me. I got all kinds of stuff behind me, that, and then my family can sit. I've got basically 4 seats. So my kids in the back seat, me and my wife up front. Yeah. So I'm rebuilding this one out to accommodate the Yak Attack poles that I had on the last. Unfortunately, I have to get new rack system for the top. So yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This is the first time that I've live streamed in it, so I'll kind of show you guys what we've got going on. So I told you guys that I've got the link. I've got the link to on the visor up there. I've got my, so right before, wait, it's over here. So right before, oh, no, I don't want to go all the way over there. Oh, no. All right, here we go. So this is kind of where everything is. This is where my laptop is. It's my crotch. I don't know how to control this. Let's see if that works. And then I want to go, nope, I want to go this way. I just wanted to show you my watch is all I wanted to show you. Might not be able to. I can't show you my watch, but I've got my Garmin Epix 2 right here. It's got a flashlight on it, and it's literally pointing down at my keyboard. And so because I realized 2 minutes before the live stream that I couldn't see my keyboard. It doesn't light up. And then this is my lighting setup. So over here, this was a little thing that I bought right before I went to South Florida in the Rogue, my second trip to South Florida. This is kind of a vlogging setup that it's got like a magnetic thing where you put your phone in the middle, and it's, makes you look all sexy on camera and stuff. And it's got like different like RGB modes, so I can party. Let's see what that looks like. So, woo. So that's kind of what that's like. But it's got these modes. It's got kind of a high-pitched hum. I don't know if you can hear that, but as soon as I switched over here, it went but it's got warm and very warm, cool, mid. I like to keep it on cool because I'm cool. And then, yeah. And so they just turned off the lights out there. So I wonder if I'm too bright now. So I'm going to bring this light down a little bit. I'm going to go there. So now, like, I'm live inside of my car. I feel like I've got a kind of a decent lighting situation. The other thing that was cool about getting the Ford Explorer is that it has a hotspot in it, and I'm trying it out for 3 months. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not, or if having a hotspot on my iPad is a better situation for me. Because I thought, man, I've got a hotspot in my SUV. I can live stream with my hotspot and all this kind of stuff. And then I realized that I can't be in the car with it off and have Wi-Fi. So I like this situation where I'm kind of stealth. The windows are tinted, all the lights are pointing in this direction. So from out there, you can really just kind of see me a little bit, but I'm really not this bright in person. It's a very low light situation. So I feel like this is a cool situation. So, and the other reason that I am out in a parking lot, y'all, is because my daughter's got a football game that she's cheering for tonight. So at 7:30, I'm going to cut out and go watch the rest of the game and watch my girl cheer in the freezing cold. It's like, I think it's like 50 something degrees out. I know, Steve, it's like 30 something there, but it's a chilly night for a football game with the cheerleaders. And well, I think they have pants on tonight. But anyway, so the other news, is that all that I want to say? Oh, I forgot to show you my favorite mode with the Insta360 Link 2. Are you ready? Extreme close-up mode. Oh yeah! I probably scared myself with what I just did, but yeah, let me know how I look this close up. But I think this is probably where I'm going to keep it. I think when I'm doing a live stream, I don't really care to track that much. I might like put it on the side of my vehicle and do like a live stream where I'm flying a drone or something like that. That might be kind of cool. But for the most part, I really like all these different, being able to go here. And even like, there's even a mode that's called like desktop mode or desk view. This here, it's not going to work because it's literally just going to look down at my crotch. So that is desk view right now because of where I have the camera. But if I was ever doing a situation where I wanted to show you guys something, like I thought about doing a live stream from the hatchback once I have a desk back there, and like putting it on the hatchback and then pointing down and doing like a live demonstration from there, or just sitting outside and like at a table and putting like a like some sort of what is it called? I can't think of it now. Anyway, just putting a table out there and yeah. So what happened today was DJI released the Air 3S. And Bob, I don't know if Bob's here yet. When Bob got the 2, or when he got the 3, the DJI Air 3, I thought it was an awesome little drone, but I was frustrated when the 3 came out because the camera kind of went backwards. Like they went like, and I see what they did now. Like they've got the 2 had the 1/1/3 sensor, and then they went up to the 1 inch for the 2S. And then now we have the 3, which went back to the 1/1 inch sensor, or 1/1/3. And then now we're back to the 1 inch sensor. And all they did was add another camera, like a telephoto. But I'm super excited about the drone. I didn't buy it at on DJI.com because I was expecting it to show up in Best Buy today. I even saw pictures of people buying it at Best Buy, but it never made it to the website, and it never made it to my Best Buy stores here in Nashville. So I asked the person in Best Buy, and they said, why don't you check back in a week? We'll probably have it in a week. And I was like, I could buy it from DJI and get it in a week. So I'm not sure what's happening with production and how things are, but I feel like the launches are going backwards. Like the Neo took me a month to get, almost a month. Um, so anyway, um, so Jim said the Air sucks. He likes to say everything that I get sucks, but then he ends up having it at some point. But I'm really excited. The Air 2S was one of my favorite drones that I've ever gotten. I love what I love about the Air drones is they're not as big as the Mavics, but the cameras are pretty decent. Not as good as the Mavics, but or not as good as the Mavic Pros, but good enough that you can take some insane video with them. And then the Air system is where they do all of the innovation with object avoidance. So this is the first drone with LiDAR in the front of it. LiDAR will probably end up being on the Mavic 4, but the fact that it can return to home around buildings in the dark is pretty awesome. The fact that it can, what was the other thing? There was something else that I thought was just awesome. Oh, another innovation with the new camera is with panoramas. It's utilizing both cameras to do a panorama. And then I saw something on dual camera mode. So if you can fly and use both cameras at the same time, then I will be super excited. Because how cool would it be to record a zoomed in version and a wide angle version? Um, so so Russell said people that ordered from DJI, they've already shipped. I just got a shop notification. So let's see what that is. I don't think that's it. That's probably my Rails. So the other, what was I going to say? Oh yeah. So it said I would get it October 22nd. So, and when I ordered it on the app, they said it would ship today. So I'm super excited about that. All I did was get the drone. I didn't get the Fly More package. The reason I didn't get the Fly More package is because the Air 3 batteries match. And so what I did with the Air 2S was I found where a guy, his Air 2 flew away, had a flyaway. And so I literally just bought everything else from him. And so I got a controller with a screen on it. It's actually right back there. I'm putting it up for sale for $1,000. So if anybody wants the Air 2S for $1,000, it's got 5 batteries and it's got the really, really good controller. It's got the black controller with the screen on it. So I'm selling that for $1,000. I'm probably going to put it up on eBay tomorrow. But yeah, so I've got the remote control with the screen with the Mini 4 Pro. So I'll probably switch those. I'll probably fly the Mini 4 Pro with my phone and make that like a super compact set. And then with the Air 2S or the Air 3S, I'll do the controller with the screen. But it is almost 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, we're going to go through the website and just talk about what's new with the Air 3S and what my impressions of them are going to be. I purposefully didn't watch any videos that anybody did on the new drone because I wanted the excitement. I wanted the surprise. I didn't want to do a whole bunch of research on a drone I don't even have yet, and then realize that like it just kind of ruins the fun for me. So we're going to go through the website. I'm going to give you my impressions on there's some really cool things on the website where they compare the different drones. And so I'm going to tell you why that's good and why it's not. The thing that really excites me about it though is the I was talking about the panorama, where it utilizes the wide angle and the telephoto at the same time to to stitch really, really well. So if there's things that need detail, like it'll zoom in and get the detail and all that kind of stuff. So Barkley said the Air 3 batteries are not the same. They fit and can be used to fly, but they cannot be used for file transfer using Bluetooth. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But that's a good call out. Because the battery charging hub on the website, we'll look at the accessories, but it looks like they fit, or it looks like they've changed a lot of things on their website to say Air 3 Air slash 3S. So anything on the website that says Air 3 slash 3S is compatible. And there might be a firmware update on the batteries. But if that, a lot of times, well, I'm not going to speculate, but a lot of times people will say things in their reviews because they got pre-release items, and but as we know, when we use our drones and we plug them in, we use the app on the phone, firmware is updated in the battery, the controller, and the drone. So I really think they're going to fit, and I think they're going to work. Unless we see tonight that something on the website says that they don't. Pretty sure they will. But I trust you, Barkley, and we will find out. So I'm going to go ahead and do roll call. Eat More Possums in the house. Steven Drones is in the house. Sean Foxhorn's in the house. Oh, wait, that's me. Who else is in the house? Russell Glarium's in the house. What's up, Russell? Hope you're having a good night. Charles Galusky, hello. Russell, thank you for checking my sound. I forgot to mention that earlier. I didn't know how it was going to work out. It might be different if the car's running. The thing that I was worried about is, so this Ford Explorer, it has the automatic unlock when you walk up to it. And it also, like, the parking brake engages all the time and unengages. Is that a word? Unengage? Disengage. And then there are times when I'm driving the car and I push on the brakes and the engine turns off to save gas. So just like it's not a hybrid, but it acts like a hybrid when you're at a stop sign, which is kind of neat, but it kind of freaked me out at the first. And then the first time I took my foot off the gas from park, the parking brake was on, and I couldn't figure out how to turn the parking brake off. So, but now I understand everything that happens, so it's all good. But anyway, so it makes a lot of clicky sounds all the time. It's like engaging, disengaging, all these little things. So that was Ramble. Who else is in the house? Jim's Droning is in the house. He keeps saying I suck, or the things I buy. Jim said they're at Best Buy in Canada, so that's wonderful. I'll probably see him tomorrow on the shelf. I think the lady that I talked to at Best Buy didn't know what she was talking about. Who else we got in the house? I feel like that's everybody. I already said hi to Barkley. What's up, Barkley? All right. So, yeah, it is 6:59. So we are going to go ahead and switch over to, yeah, I'm going to share my screen. Ladies and gentlemen, you see my lighting changed because my screen got all bright and stuff. All right. And hopefully the internet from my phone is good enough to share my screen. I've watched some of my live streams in the past and they looked pretty good. I don't know if I'm streaming in 1080 or if it goes down to 720. But yeah, I always get this warning saying, "Are you sure you want to share something? Because you're on mobile." See, I don't know if y'all heard that, but all of a sudden my car just started. It came on and clicked, and then it turned back off. The other thing that happened is I opened the door earlier and the alarm went off, and I didn't even know I had an alarm, but I set off the alarm because I was inside of the car and it engaged. So it's kind of weird. All right. I'm not going to share the audio. We're not going to play any audio videos tonight. All right. So I'm going to go down here. And we're going to talk about the Air 3S. So it's called Chase the View, and they've with the Air 3S, they've spent a lot of time in tracking. So I would say that the Air 3S is what the Skydio should have been. Okay. Now, even back to my Autel Evo Pro 2, whatever that drone was called, that was kind of the start of drones besides Skydio really getting into tracking and autonomous flight and analyzing the surroundings so that the drone doesn't hit things. And then there was also the original Air, which didn't look anything like the Air 2 or the 3. The original Air was when they introduced APAS. And I remember my first review with the Air, the DJI Air, and it flying it straight towards my tripod, and then like clenching my butt cheeks, wondering if it was going to hit my tripod or not. So anyway, so the Air from the beginning has been the focus the Air has is tracking. And moving around things. So then they've added that technology in other drones like the Mavic and the Minis. They've started adding a bunch of sensors to those drones so they don't run into things, and so they sense. So now on the screen we have like this little radar looking thing that goes around us, around the screen, and it tells us, if the right front corner is close to something or the back front corner is close to something. So that is where the Airs shine. They are not the best cameras, but in the Air lineup, the S versions are the best cameras in the Air lineup. So the original Air, the Air 2 and the Air 3 have smaller sensors. What was cool about the original Air when it came out is I believe it had the same sensor as the Mavic Pro. And so it was like the Mavic Pro with this tinier body style that was, and this was even before the Minis came out. And then when they brought out the Minis, they were like, well, the Air is we need to make the Air bigger and make it like medium size. And then we'll bring out the Minis and we'll make them small. And so the Minis are now like the put in your backpack, take on an airplane, like travel drone because they're so tiny. And the pros, like the 4, I just sold my 3 Pro, but the 4 Pro that I have is super capable, and I can fly that miles away, and it's a tiny little drone I can fit in my pocket, my jacket pocket. So the Air is a little bit bigger. You can't really fit it in your pocket anymore. But it's not as big as the Mavic. You can get away with packing pretty light with the Air 3 and the Air 3S. So anyway, with all that said, the Air 3S now, the Air 3 and the Air 3S now have 2 cameras on the drone, a wide angle and a telephoto. The telephoto is still a small sensor on the Air 3S. And I believe it's the same sensor as the Air 3. But what they've done is they've turned the wide angle camera, which is what you're going to use most of the time anyway. They've turned that into, or they've kept that the 1-inch sensor. So that, in my opinion, is the rundown of why the Air 3S has a place. I'm going to start out with this video. Hopefully it's muted. I'm just going to do that. I'm going to switch it to 1080, but I don't know if... All right. So we're just going to watch this video, and I'm going to commentate. So it looks just like the Air 3, except it's got a bigger thing. The wide angle lens is 24 millimeters. This is not, well, so, and then this, the telephoto is 70 millimeters. So I think these shots are beautiful. Being able to get that close to a fox with the telephoto is pretty awesome. The wide angle shots are great too. And I think the Mavic, the Mavic 3 had 3 lenses on it. I don't know that you really need all 3 of those. I think 2 is more than enough. This is the ActiveTrack 360. And so in this video, I don't know if it's here or if right here, it's analyzing the environment. And so it's going around trees. So that APAS system that was on the first one has really, really improved. Now this one says dual camera HDR video. So I don't know if they can, if it can shoot with 2 cameras at the same time, or if it's shooting with 1 camera and using the other camera to get the highlights in the sky or something like that. 14 steps of dynamic range, beautiful. Like, these nightscapes are awesome. Omnidirection sensing, so it looks like whatever it's flying towards, it will not run into, even at night. The other thing that I saw on here was a good way to do like a time lapse from night to day, or from day to night. And I thought was pretty cool. This is the panorama that I was telling you about. It's pretty amazing. We're going to go through and just look at all these things, but the footage that this drone captures is simply beautiful. So here's kind of what the front of it looks like. It's got that new LiDAR system on the front. So let's run through this real quick. So the dual camera drone designed for travel photography, DJI Air 3S integrates a suite of advanced technologies featuring a 1-inch CMOS primary camera and a 70 millimeter medium telephoto camera. Each with up to 14 stops of dynamic range. So each camera has 14 stops. So that's really, really good. I thought the dynamic range for the telephoto might be, might not be as good. The Air 3S captures landscapes, portraits, and more in stunning detail. Both cameras support the new free panorama feature, which allows flexible shooting range selections. So I love panoramas. I love doing spheres. So if they've done something to the sphere, I'm pretty excited about it. That's probably one of the first things I'm going to do is do a sphere, because I was very impressed with the sphere that I took at Minefield. How like it almost got 360 degrees. Like it was almost as good as the Paradinafi. And Paradinafi is the benchmark for drone spheres, in my opinion, because it could point up. Additional new highlights include Nightscape obstacle sensing and next-gen smart return to home for enhanced safety during nighttime photography in each and every way. All right, so let's go through this. It's got a 1-inch CMOS primary camera. Notice it just says primary, so the secondary camera is not 1 inch. Free panorama, seamless and detailed. Next gen smart return to home with enhanced precision. So this little picture here has it going around buildings and bobbing and weave. So Nightscape omnidirectional obstacle sensing. So that's pretty awesome. Dual camera. So 4K 60 frames per second HDR video and 14 stops of dynamic range. So they keep saying dual camera up there. So I'm not quite sure. I need to figure that out. And 45 minutes of flight time, which is pretty awesome. And 20 kilometers video transmission. I don't understand kilometers. So Carl Hamilton asked the question, what is better now, the Air 3S or the Mavic 3 Pro? So I have the Mavic 3 Classic. I'm going to do a video on literally video quality. And I want to show you guys the difference between the Micro Four Thirds sensor and the 1 inch. I want to do that both in day and night. So the camera on the Mavic 3 Pro is still better. Okay. But I think that's the only thing that's better at this point. Okay. So whenever you have a larger sensor, you have more, you can bring in more light, and that's always going to be better. I did, when I flew Minefield, I flew it at night and flew over the little city of Brownsville or town or whatever. And, even though it looked beautiful on my screen, by the time I got the video was a little muddy at night. So the Mavic 3 has a better camera. Mavic 4 is going to have even better camera, in my opinion. But it all depends on what you want to do. If all you're doing is putting videos up on Facebook, or, you know, you throwing videos up on YouTube, all of these drones are more than capable of doing that. Okay. What it really comes down to is if you want to put your drone footage on a commercial or something like that, that's where these cameras get really, really good. So yeah, so Eat More Possum pretty much said what I said. Camera's better on the Mavic 3 Pro, but the tracking capabilities, like there's a lot of new technology in the Air 3S that will, all of this technology that's on the Air 3S will make it to the Mavic 4 Pro. But there might be a couple niche things like the LiDAR or so here's a nice beautiful picture. Dual cameras, unmatched imagery. So the Air 3S features dual camera system consisting of a 1 inch CMOS primary and a 1/1/3 medium tele camera. Primary camera features a larger CMOS sensor and a 24mm lens, making it ideal for capturing expansive landscapes and enhanced clarity in wide field of view. The 70mm tele lens excels in portrait and vehicle shots, offering compressed depth of field. So that's another thing. Since they're different lenses, they have they've got different focal lengths. The depth of field is going to be different on the cameras. And what depth of field is like I'm in focus and then the background is not in focus, or your car's in focus and then the background just kind of blurs. So and it's more cinematic to have those shots. I saw they did a comparison when the Mavic 3 came out, and it was kind of the first camera with several lenses on the same gimbal. And so I saw a guy, he did a shot where he was kind of on this mountain peak, and he flew around himself like a point of view shot, and then he moved the drone and changed lenses and did the same point of view shot, and the field of view was a lot different and even like if you think of like a GoPro lens versus a regular lens, like is not as bulbous. Yeah, I said bulbous. So here's the specs. So the 1/1/3 telephoto is a 48 megapixel camera with an aperture of 2.8, and then the 1-inch wide angle camera is 24 millimeters with 50 megapixels and a 1.8 aperture. So this wide angle at night is going to be beautiful. Anytime the f-stop is in a low number, you're bringing in more light. So pretty excited about that. So here's a direct comparison of like architecture. So a lot of you like to fly your drones over bridges, and especially like whenever we fly in Florida, there's a lot of water with something in the middle of the water. And so this is an example to the left of a 24 millimeter wide angle shot, and then a shot from the same spot zoomed in at 70 millimeters. So getting these surroundings, or the reveal of where you are, is better with the wide angle shot, but the detail on the telephoto is a lot better. You can actually see like lines on the road. And so now here's the difference between lakes. Again, on the left, there's a beautiful lake and mountains, and then, oh, hey, there's a little dude down there. Stupid high schoolers. And then over here on the right, there's the telephoto version, and you can see the guy a lot better. And then on the mountains, again, on the left, the wide angle is just to see the vastness of where you are, and then details on the medium telephoto lens is a lot better on the right. Now, if you can use both cameras at the same time, then this is awesome. If not, then DJI, that needs to happen at some point. Especially the fact that they're using two different sensors, two different lenses. I feel like we could do it. So breathtaking for travel photography. This talks about the 10-bet D-Log M color mode. This is really interesting. So the primary camera on the DJI Air 3S integrates a 50 megapixel 1-inch CMOS sensor supporting 4K 60 frames per second HDR. So you can shoot in HDR mode at 60 frames per second, and then 4K 120 frames per second in regular video. So 120, just think about 120 frames per second. And if you're on a 24 frames per second timeline, you can slow that footage down to 20% speed. That's awesome. That's all I want to say about that paragraph. So these are some photos taken. This one was taken 24 millimeter lens, f-stop of 1.8, 1/350s shutter. I guess the S is shutter, and then ISO 100. Yeah, I'm not going to go through the specs of these photos. These photos are beautiful, though. They look beautiful, y'all. All right. Enhanced imagery. So this first one is 60 frames per second in HDR. So you get to see like you get to see the, oh, no, it's flipping on me. So on this one, you get to see the sky that's not blown out. You can see the clouds, which is a very important part of this landscape, as well as the shadows on the ground, which is pretty awesome. This is 4K 120 frames per second. So it's kind of hard to tell on my live stream probably, but her skirt is like flapping in the wind, and it's slow motion, and it's very cool. And then this is an HLG video with 10-bit D-Log. So this is beautiful, and I can't wait. And it's a time lapse, like pretty amazing. All right, telephoto, unforgettable portraits. Color modes, primary. So it supports the same video specs and color modes as the primary camera. This ensures visually consistent footage for streamlined post-processing. Its 70 millimeter lens offers 3 times optical zoom, allowing you to capture unique shots from a distance while highlighting your subject. And we use the Air 3S to orbit around a subject and record a 4K video. You can easily take detailed and expansive close-up portraits. So I wonder if that means that while you're filming with one camera, you can take photos with the other camera. I wonder. So here's shots with telephoto. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. Maximum focal power. So yeah, so here's the 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second, and then the 10-bit shot, which is pretty awesome. All right, free panorama. So both the primary camera and medium telephoto camera of the Air 3S, they offer free panorama mode, letting you create seamless panoramic shots by stitching together multiple images with a manually selected subject or area. The wide-angle camera offers a broader field of view, boosting efficiency when capturing panoramics. So you take panoramics faster with the wide camera. The medium telephoto significantly reduce images distortion, crafting a master of extensive shots, wide perspectives, multiple photos. So yeah. So I don't know what that means when you're talking about like a panorama, or when you're talking about like a sphere or something like that. So compared with previous generations, the 3S employs a more advanced video encoding compression algorithm that reduces video file sizes by over 30% without compromising the video quality, saving valuable storage space. The 3S supports user favorite features like 2.7K vertical shooting, master safer night flying with the Air 3S supports the APAS system. Additionally, is the first DJI drone to feature a forward-facing LiDAR. Air 3S also features downward infrared time-of-flight sensors and 6 vision sensors, 2 in the front, 2 in the rear, and 2 on the bottom, to achieve nightscape omnidirectional obstacle sensing. This feature enables the drone to automatically identify and circumvent obstacles such as buildings during its flight and return paths, ensuring robust, safe nighttime photography. So that's pretty awesome. They didn't put a light on it though, so we still got to stick a crappy light on the top of it. Anyway, nightscape omnidirectional sensing. So this is kind of a cool animation that shows it flying around buildings. And then smart next generation return to home. So this is an animation of it like returning to home, going around buildings and stuff like that. So non GPS return to home. So powering real-time vision, positioning, and map construction technology. I wish I could pause this. How can I pause this? It's hard to read. So the Air 3S memorizes the flight path when adequate lighting is available. This ensures safe return, even taking off from locations without satellite signal, such as balconies. So the fact that it remembers where it came from and it'll just turn around and come back is pretty awesome. Enhanced vision assist. So they've added kind of like the new Apple CarPlay and the new Apple phone, where they've surrounded the whole phone with Siri. Now, like, you've got enhanced, like, hey, check it out, you're about to hit something. The Air 3S also provides waypoint flight and cruise control, among other advanced features, which allows you to do preset flight paths, camera actions, and quickly lock control stick inputs to unleash creativity. So I had a drone. The Steven Drones has it. The Unique Typhoon H Plus. I could actually automatically pan the camera, and then I could fly in a direction. And while I was flying in that direction, the camera would just start panning. So being able to put your camera in cruise control and just have it going in one direction, and then you can focus on pointing the camera at things, is pretty cool. All right, here's active track. Optimize tracking performance. Once tracking begins, the Air 3S can keep the subject in focus even if the lower half of their body is partially obscured with bushes and stuff. I feel like the internet just went bad. For some reason, the page didn't load. There we go. We're getting pictures now. I love how it's got the new where you can tell it what angle you want it to track from. I know that was in the 3, but I never had the 3. Stay focused introduces subject focusing features that keeps the subject sharp focus even during manual flight where the subject moves off center. So that's pretty cool. Up to 45 minutes of flight time. Pretty awesome. 10-bit 04 video submission. 20 kilometers live feed. Pretty awesome. And it has 48 gigs of internal storage, y'all. So I don't even really need to put a SD card in it. I'm going to, but I don't even need to. Quick transfer, done that before. The battery heart charging hub has power accumulation. So you can take power from 2 of your batteries and put it back into one. And then, so I wanted to show you guys this. Okay, so maybe Barkley was right. So the DJI Air 3S Intelligent Flight Battery just says 3S on it, and then the charging hub is the 3 series. So I'm going to click on the battery. Air 3S with 45 minutes of flight time, allowing you to get shots in a single flight. And then this one supports fast charging. I wanted to see this too. There's a wide angle lens that you can add on to the front of the camera, and it adopts a precise optical design that expands the field of view of the wide angle camera to 114%, offering wider filming perspective. So that's probably what I'm going to get first. So it's a little heavier than the Air 3. But the difference between the Mavic 3 Pro and the Air 3S, as far as the cameras go, the camera is a 50 megapixel camera on the 3S, whereas the Mavic 3 Pro only has a 20 megapixel for micro four thirds camera. And then the medium telephoto is exactly the same on the Mavic 3 Pro. So it's a 1/1/3 CMOS sensor, 48 megapixels. And then the Mavic 3 Pro also has a half CMOS 12 megapixel like super telephoto lens. Okay. Mavic 3 Pro has can record 5.1K video at 50 frames per second, but the 3S can record 4K 120 frames per second. So that's the difference there. The 3 and the Mavic 4, or sorry, the Mavic 3 Pro, both of those have omnidirectional object avoidance, whereas now the drone can avoid obstacles in low light. So that's an upgrade. And that's it. That's my whole presentation, y'all. So with all that said, I'm really excited about getting this drone when it comes in the mail. Yeah, I know I haven't watched your guys chat that much tonight, but so Carl said, imagine the low light is best on the Mavic, on the 3 Pro. I agree with that. The low light's still going to be pretty good on the 3S, but now the obstacle avoidance is better on the Air 3S. So if you're gonna fly at night, and you plan on being like doing it in the city or around trees and stuff, it's really hard to see where you're flying in the middle of the night. So that obstacle avoidance is really good. I feel like it can fly towards things better in low light. That's because the LiDAR is just on the front. So anyway. So yeah, Jim said the Mavic 3 has a 28 times zoom. So that's one of the biggest upgrades. But yeah, so Steve's going to stay with his H plus. I tell you what, I mean, if all you're doing is recording 4K video and throwing it on YouTube, like my Mavic Pro did good. So I'm just a pixel nerd. That's what I am. But yeah, let me know how the first live stream went with the Link 2 and the Ford Explorer, the new mobile studio. I'm going to pimp this ride out a little bit better moving forward. I think this folding chair background probably isn't doing it. But so anyway, hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry I was out buying a car last week, but you know, it's my life. So I'm going to turn this down. I'm like super bright. Oh, I think it's the screen. I'm going to turn this off. Yeah, it was that screen. So I really think this picture looks good. But make sure you guys hit the like button on this live stream. And yeah, if you're new here, like and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next video. It says that I should get the drone by Tuesday. I have a feeling I'm going to get it before Tuesday, maybe Monday or Saturday. If I get it Saturday, I'm going to be stoked. But last time when they shipped it, it took 4 days to get here. Or when they shipped the Neo finally. And they shipped that from Japan. So I feel like this one's coming from California. But anyway, still got some videos coming out about the Neo. Haven't forgot about the action cameras. Just a lot happens this time of year. So this is also the time of year when we got crappy weather. So the action camera videos might come out a little bit better. So, all right. Well, I will catch you guys in the next video. Please like, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell for notifications when I put out more videos, and have a wonderful week, y'all. Peace out.